All right. I am not going to try to compete with WhitePony and his introductions because they are legendary, and I am not coming close to that. Hey, at least Scoop, your name fits you well, brother. You scoop that little whiskey in there a lot more than Pony does, because Pony's like all Coke and a little splash of whiskey. You're like all whiskey with a little splash of Coke.
Yeah, just a scotch of the Coke.
Just a hint.
So for those of you that don't know, we have Scoop0120 from Tikok. And this motherfucker's savage as shit on TikTok. So go ahead and give us a little introduction. Dox yourself, if you please.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Scoop0120. Real name is Kenneth. I got famous on TikTok by calling out my own son for skipping school, and it just went downhill from there. And every ride has been an amazing ride on TikTok so far, and I'm very humbled to be, invited onto the podcast. And let's stir it up a little bit. Let's have a few drinks, and let's find out who we all are at the end, huh?
Cheers, everyone.
Everybody keep your pants on, though.
Oh, I had to put pants on?
It is optional.
All right, so those of you that are asking, where is Pony? Pony had a business meeting, unfortunately, today. So for his company that he just started in January. So him and his business partners got together today, and it was the only day they can get everybody on. So unfortunately,
unfortunately, you're stuck with me, you guys.
Unfortunately, we're stuck with KitKat.
Unfortunately,
don't be so modest.
Yeah. So we got the salads coming in, of course.
Starting the night off right.
Big Red. That's right. Conservative Jen says, "Hey, Puddin' Pop."
What's going on, Puddin' Pop? Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
All right. So we'll start off light. Where does Puddin' Pop come from? Like, because I know like that and Tata are your two go-to.
So I started using Puddin' Pop as just like a sarcastic jab. And then my wife researched Puddin' Pop under the Urban Dictionary. And the definition was too hilarious to get rid of it.
What is the Urban Dictionary definition?
Oh, it's when your finger busts through the toilet paper.
So like every liberal.
Hey, my baby mama's up in here.
So that's liberals, is what you're saying.
And
I love it.
Ta comes from my severely alcoholic father, who thought he was British when he would drink liquor. So whenever he said the phrases pip pip talk and all that Tommy rot or ta, we knew it was time to seek shelter. So
gotcha.
So ta has just kind of always been in my life. So I use that, and it stuck, and people enjoyed it, and give the people what they want, right?
Well, we got Pissed Off Papa just wants to get right into it apparently today. So what do you think about critical race theory they're trying to introduce into the schools?
Good luck.
So the research that I've done on critical race theory, I'm actually going to get the book and I'm going to read it. Because right now, if I tried to give a educated opinion on it, I'd be speaking from a place of ignorance. All I can really do is regurgitate the opinions and the protests that I've seen online. I don't think that schools are ready for it. From what I've seen, I don't think the schools are ready for it because we're trying to teach opinionated curriculum.
Yeah.
And it's straying away from what the purpose of school is.
Yeah.
And if we're going to do that, let's completely do it. It's just like religion in school. They don't really teach religion in school, but they do teach history that was involved in religious conflicts, right?
Right.
So if they want to teach religion in school, then let's teach them all. Let's teach Muslim. Let's teach Christianity. Let's teach Buddhism. Let's teach atheism. Let's teach it all. And you know what's going to happen is these people that are sitting there hating against Christianity are going to find out that their Muslim children like Christianity, that their Buddhist children like Hinduism,
Right.
that they're, you know, it's
They
going.
find that beauty in other religions besides their own. That's the worst thing that's going to happen out of it. But they're
Exactly.
not trying to teach it correctly.
Exactly, because a lot of the reason that these people attack Christianity is because Christianity was the primary choice of most conversation when it comes to education, right?
Right.
So they're attacking it, but they're not realizing the repercussion of options being offered to their children on so many different platforms, because all of a sudden they think they're trying to help their child broaden their horizon. And then they're going to be upset when their horizon gets broadened a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about like what each individual school is trying to do as far as like on a format, like you said. So I would also, if I attacked, all I can see is the reaction in my children. And I know
Yeah, you got a unique perspective on that. Yeah.
My kids are, it was a really unique experience to see happen. And I actually wound up getting my daughter on video for it. And I wound up making a video on it. She was just really confused on why we were using skin color as an adjective. And she didn't know how to word it to me, but she was like, just ever since COVID, it's all we're learning about. It's all we're learning about. And I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't make you uncomfortable. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm just kind of wondering, like, why all of a sudden, why does it matter what color people are? And I'm like, well, it doesn't. And she's like, but my teacher says that it kind of does. And I'm like, there it is. Like, you did it to her. I didn't do it to her. I watched the moment that my child learned.
Well, I think at the end of the day, too, I mean, like Kat, like you're touching on, is we always say racism is taught, and then we're going to literally teach racism in schools.
Yes.
So racism, the days of children being raised, white children being raised racist to hate black people, that ended with our parents' generation. In my personal opinion, yeah. I think racism is created today through experience.
I agree
of the opposite.
I mean, is there still some racism being taught to white kids? Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we'd be naive enough to not say that racism is also being taught to black kids.
I think it's being taught more on an exponential increase than white kids being taught racism.
You talk to any military vet, and they're going to tell you, like, when they went over to Iraq or Afghanistan, all those kids are taught to hate us, like as Americans in general. Mm-hmm. And so it's just taught. And if you look at, you know, the black culture in today, I mean, just look at the black music.
So
look at how they treat, look at how they come at cops.
Yeah, like just music in general right now makes me really, really sick.
Yeah.
Like what's considered, you know, and I feel like that old lady that's kind of like bitching about the music these days, but it's kind of like, oh my gosh, they were right. Like this is horrible. This is really, really bad, you guys.
Yeah.
I still don't know what a WAP is. I'm just kidding. Don't answer that text. Don't answer that text.
I was going to say, you have kids, so you better know what the WAP is. Otherwise, that some bitch must have hurt. He's blushing. Hey, if it ain't
one of my favorite TikToks, and I lost it and I can't find it. So if anybody finds it, please send it to me. But it's the guy that's saying that your tongue is longer with your mouth closed than when your mouth is open. And he's duetting with a girl, right? A girl's blind reacting to it. And he's like, so stick your tongue out with your mouth closed. And he goes, that's how long your tongue is. Now, your tongue is actually shorter when you open your mouth and stick out your tongue. And the girl opens her mouth and sticks out her tongue. And he goes, and he spits.
No, I don't remember the hot one, but the other one where the guy like spit, and I duetted it, and it was removed for like dangerous acts or some shit. And I'm like, really?
But the way the girl responded, the way the girl responded to it, like she reared back when he spit, and it was hilarious. It was too good.
So we have WAP meaning wings and pizza, and then we have another version of it meaning wrong ass president.
Wrong ass.
That's what I can get behind. No, but real quick, Kat, you were talking about, your daughter realizing something when it came to being taught from an outside source about racial inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
My children are biracial. Now, when I said that, arguing with some of Mosquito Jones' followers, they said, your kids are white as hell. I said, no. Tell that to their 100% Cherokee mother.
Right.
Oh, that doesn't count.
And this is a Scoop. This is exactly why, like, I try to tell people. I was getting into it with today. I was getting into it today with a guy that he's like, "Oh, you should care that you're being portrayed as racist." I'm like, "No, because I know who I am as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I treat people. I know all this stuff about me. You're going to tell me that I'm racist because of who I voted for, and then you're going to put a bunch of exclusions that just because your best friend is black doesn't mean you're a racist. Just because your kids are mixed doesn't mean you're not racist. Just because you're married to a black person doesn't mean you're not racist." It's like, do y'all not understand like the entire definition of racism?
What racism actually
Because if I truly am racist, my best friend, my spouse, my kids would not be mixed or of the opposite race.
Well, and
like, that totally defies that entire deal.
Have these people not met Eddie Brock?
There's real racism. There's real racist people out there, and if you call everything racist, then we can't actually call it out when it's
exactly
right there in front of us together. Like, no, you're.
I mean, when I lived in Western New York, I legit was with a bunch of like legit racists, and there would be no way in hell they would let their kids date a black person.
I was born in Oswego, New York.
Oh yeah,
and that's a very, very
a lot of Western New York is.
It's a very holler vibe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
really?
Oh
yeah, a lot of Western New York is. I mean,
yeah, like they don't like black people up there unless they're military.
I can tell you this, like I've lived in Texas pretty much my whole life. I lived in Western New York for 4 years. I experienced and saw more racism in Western New York than I ever have in the state of Texas.
And in the state of Texas, like I lived in Midland, and I've lived in Midland, Texas. I lived in Spring, Texas. My parents lived in the Woodlands.
Yeah, that's Houston area.
And Katy, Texas, Higgins, Texas, and you don't hear about racism because the amount of diversity between black, Hispanic, and white is so even across the board that if you have views like that, you're not going to be socially accepted anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
There will be no circles that you'll be socially accepted. I think racism today is coddled by the environment geographically. So, like,
they've changed the definition too. I mean, they've changed it to where, like, literally, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're an automatic racist. Like, where the hell is that in the definition? Oh, well, because he's a racist and you voted for a racist, therefore you condone
Careful
racism.
what you wish for, Tex. They will change the damn definition on Google if you say that too loud.
Oh, no, they already have. I mean, mind you, they already put in there typically toward minorities. That was never in there.
No.
So they're already, I mean, they put that communism and fascism is a right-leaning idea. Name one right-leaning fascist or communist that you can think of. No, like if you look up the definition of fascism or communist, it literally says it's a right-leaning idea. In the definition from Webster.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be communist secretly, and I'm going to tell all 7 wives.
I've got it looked up here. Fascism is a form of far-right authoritarian ultraterrianism characterized by dictatorial power. Is literally what the definition is.
Listen, the media is the most effective devil in America. That's what media stands for.
100%.
If Hitler would have had the media that we have today, his propaganda would have swept through this world.
Oh, mind you, it was because of the media in Europe or in Germany as to why he was able to do it.
I guarantee
we're under that same thing happening here.
If Hitler would have had the media today that, back then, he would have taken over the world without a single shot fired. We'd be sitting here going, Guten Tag, Fräulein.
Oh,
Yeah.
horrifying to think of.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein? Ah, Sito. You know what I mean?
That's horrifying to even think, though.
Well,
But
that's
it's
why I'm
true.
like the fact that they're literally changing history. I mean, now you have what is it, Antifa? You hear that sound bite from
I
Antifa?
can't. I watched the whole entire video.
Oh,
And I cried.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to
Now
do.
all of a sudden they're these brave soldiers. And it's
Well,
like,
the Lincoln Project.
if they're so brave, take your fucking masks off.
The Lincoln Project putting out that video that the brave men that stormed the beaches of Normandy were actually Antifa. Let us not forget that the face and founder of the was just removed from the project because he liked diddling little boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, mind you, like
And,
the whole reason why the Lincoln Project is even established is because it was an anti-Trump thing. Now they've got to find their next great thing to keep themselves relevant. Now that Trump's not in office.
Both of you asked earlier, you know, like with the racism thing, why it has become so relevant now, and it's because it's become a stagnant environment with COVID. We have a stagnant environment where we're not getting out of the house. We were quarantined for so long. We were losing sight of interaction with people. And one thing that's, if you have children, you know, kids understand that negative attention is just as valuable as positive attention, and it's easier to gain than
And
positive
Trump
attention.
said the same thing.
Yeah.
All press, including bad press, is good press.
Yeah. So it's easier to ascertain negative attention because it comes so freely to us. It's hard to be a good person. It's easy to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Especially with social media. I mean, I think social media has glorified being a piece of shit more than it has being good people because, I mean, look at all the attention that woman got by saying she hates white people.
Oh, my God.
Look at the amount of attention she got.
More damn time.
Yeah, I mean, and it got that attention. She got that attention because it worked. I mean, that's marketing 101 right there.
Yeah.
That's so sad though. Like that, like what the fuck are we doing? We're like I don't know. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So what that woman did, to use it in an analogy, if you were at a public school and there was a sign on the fence that said no diving, and I went and I removed that sign that said no diving, people would start diving.
Yes.
Yeah.
What that woman did by, I don't like white people. So she removed that sign and created a comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
For people to allow their racism and their hatred to flow freely because in their mind, the only possible thing that can happen is that they get more views.
And the worst thing that happens is she gets her video removed and maybe her account. And then she starts a new one like we all do. And she comes right back.
Absolutely. So,
well, it's kind of like what was that screen name? That Tasty Peaches girl that was putting up that real sketch stuff. 90% of what she was putting up was absolute bullshit, and she was just saying it for shock value. And there's just people out there that think it is the funniest thing in the world to put something so vulgar out there for shock value, and then they walk away and they watch the hate that it spews, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, I've got a friend that does that, and he is total shock value.
So if I call a woman the C word because she attacks my children on TikTok,
cunt.
Yeah, and that video,
it's my favorite word.
I'm sorry, but when an American says cunt, it's offensive. But if an Australian or a New Zealander says cunt, it's beautiful.
Well, that's because we made
butterflies come off of the word.
Yeah, I mean,
it just rolls off the tongue. It's like, "Aye, you fucking cunt." You know, it's just.
And the way that like he would say "fuck off," it was a term of endearment. It wasn't. It was like, "Are you kidding?" It was just like a "fuck off," like, and he would say it to everybody, and people would get so offended by it.
Right. But I said I called a woman a cunt in my TikTok video because she called my kids ugly little white kids and little racists.
Yeah, that's a
And
cunt move.
so I called her a cunt.
Well deserved.
And my video was down in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, of course.
But there's been videos that
What are you gonna say? See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. But there's been videos where we have had to protest and call the police because they're posting child pornography on TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok won't remove it. And they'll tell you, sorry, this doesn't violate our guidelines.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Doxing is actually against the TikTok guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't enforce it.
Well, they enforce it
Well,
on
they
us
do.
because if we were to dox as conservatives, they would absolutely enforce it.
Yeah,
Right.
do you remember that like Callie Machick or whatever?
Yeah.
She was going after everybody, and then when I put one up about her, it was gone quick. And then
Right.
people came in like hard as hell.
Man, I went at her hard, like because of her dot.
Yeah.
And
I
she
remember when you
commented
went
on
at her
my
hard.
she commented on my page, but she didn't come at me. I can't get anybody to come at me like that.
I've seen her content that she's making right now. So conservative static kind of
Yeah,
went
I love
after, if you've seen his last couple videos, he went after the woman that called my kids little racists and ugly white kids.
Yeah.
Apparently he found a video of her saying something that was very, very perverse towards children. You'd have to go see for yourself.
I'll
But-
check that one out.
But she, actually, you'd have to go to Conservative Static's account to see it because her accounts no longer exist.
I love
And-
conservative static.
Callie Maas?
No, this girl's name was Mallory
The
Isbay.
one that came after your kids. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, her name was Mallory Isbay. Now, I threatened to contact her employer, the Washington State Forestry Division or Forestry Department. That's not who she works for, and I know that. I was merely just going for shock factor because I was getting doxxed. So I wanted to make it appear as if I had the same power to do the same thing.
Right.
Now, do I have that woman's actual employer? Yes. Address, full name, everything. Would I put that on the internet? No. Because regardless of how I feel about what she did to me, she has 2 kids that would not deserve their mother losing the ability to take care of them.
And that's the difference between conservatives and liberals.
But not everyone. You know what I mean? That's the
No.
general. But we've got conservatives too that are trying to dox people like crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
so you do have a line of so we had Blue Collar Ben on, and he opened my eyes to a little bit of we got to start playing their game at some point. And I'm not saying I'm not justifying for doxing just yet, but we have got to start playing their game at some point. Otherwise, we're going to lose because they're winning. They're winning at everything. What aren't they winning at?
But see, and I understand that logic, fire with fire, right?
Right.
But their tactics aren't only wrong, they're flawed. So if we stoop to that level, all we're doing is accepting the wrong and flawed logic of attacking somebody. I
And while
understand the
Do
fire
it,
with
but do it
fire.
differently and better and more effectively.
I understand the fire and fire, but we need to trump it up here and play chess while they're playing checkers.
Yeah.
We've got to figure out a way that we don't. At the end of the day, we're not out to hurt anybody.
Well, here's the thing on the chess versus checkers. So chess is a long-term game. Checkers is a short-term game, obviously.
Right.
So when you have short-term game like they played with, let's just say Biden, the 2020 election, they won playing checkers. Mind you, that victory is for 4 years.
Right.
A lot of damage is being happened in less than 4 years already.
Yeah.
Right.
So while yes, Trump was playing this 3D chess and all that shit, where did it get him and where did it get us as Americans?
I don't think it's over. I don't think the game's over.
Well, it may not be over yet, but at the end of the day, they're passing bills that will now need to be repealed when he's
Right.
signed into law.
Right. And the good thing about
How much
repealing
damage is doing that in the meantime?
it's easy to get rid of an executive order as a new president.
Oh yeah.
But repealing a bill is showing America how unjust that original bill was. And when you set that precedent, that the likes of that bill will never come forward again.
So here's the problem: that you have almost 100% of Democrats playing checkers, and you have 25% of Republicans playing chess. They're winning the battle because by the time they finish playing checkers and we're still playing chess, they've started a new game to continue to play checkers.
No, I think right now the Democrats are playing Marco Polo because they start out by saying we're all about immigration, and then Kamala Harris, well, I've never been to Europe either. You know,
but you know what? Here's where the game that they're playing works because their people don't care.
No,
exactly.
They justify it. They give excuses, and that's why their game is working. We've got to start playing a different game other than chess. I mean, we just have to at some point if we want to truly take our country back. Because if not, they're going to continue just re-racking the game board up and playing checkers again. While we're still playing game 1 of chess, they're on game 5 of checkers.
And you know, that's completely fine. I think that to really make a change, you got to tear some things down. And we need to tear down the belief that everything was great before by showing how bad it can get now.
I don't like that.
I know it sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah,
but you don't call
like
the
that.
fire. You don't call the fire department.
Yeah, I hate when I do hate when conservatives say that. In all honesty, and it's not a bash on you by any means, Scoop, but I hate that we have to say. To me, it's like just an excuse in the mind to help us get through this. Like we got to show how bad it was, and these people are not waking up.
And no, but they are.
It don't matter how bad it gets;
Like,
they're
well,
not
and the
waking
thing
up.
is, like, how bad does it have to get for enough people to be like, oh, okay? Because once you get too far in, there is no coming back out.
That's my word.
But you know how we're talking about all the bad things that are happening, right? And we focus so hard on that, like what we were talking about pre-podcast. Look at how many black conservatives are coming forward. It is, I mean, it is exploding. It is exploding, which means views are starting to be changed. Views are starting to be changed, and those views will last a long time, and they're happening in a short period. So,
but here's the question.
We're getting
some
checks too on the get King Meat. We're getting a couple of those too.
Yeah.
But is it because Trump was president for the last 4 years and then the last 6 months, or does it go back to what Kat said, where in 4 years will it be too far gone to recover?
No, I don't think it's going to go 4 years, and I think Kat knows what I'm talking about. She's big on conspiracy theories. We all have high hopes. We see what's happening in Maricopa County. We see that
But here's my question for you, though, okay? So let's just say, okay, awesome, Trump's coming back in August. We got this shit, right? We're going to do a bunch of loopholes. We're going to show without a shadow of a doubt that he had it. We're good. We'll make a pathway for it. We're done, right? What did we learn last summer in regards to Trump's power and control when it came to helping or saving, when BLM was burning our cities down, when violence was everywhere? He couldn't stop it, right? So even if we all have these big high hopes, because like, dude, me too. Like, I want something big and historical to happen. And of course it could. We've never seen anything that we've seen this year ever. Nobody knows it's going to happen. Literally nobody. Right. I'm hoping it's something epic like that. But for what? He's going to come back and have the same restrictions because we have all these psychotic governors that are totally overrunning their states, and he has no control there. So for me, for example, as someone from Michigan, I don't really feel a big difference between the presidents because my governor is psychotic.
Yeah.
Even if Trump comes back, my governor is going to block anything good that he wants to do out of spite alone. So the biggest thing that like people really have to concentrate on is overtaking everything else. Because if Superman's coming to save us, he's going to need an A squad when he comes back to help him do the overall plan, the big show, you know, like we've got to have states, we've got to have the House, we've got to have the Senate, or it doesn't matter where Trump is, whether he's
we have neither. So even if Trump came back today, he's got neither the Congress, or he's got neither House or Senate. Yeah, he's got the Supreme Court, kind of.
I mean, but like, really,
but what's he going to do? He's going to reverse some laws or reverse some executive orders. Okay, great. But what does that do for the people? Like, yeah, he's going to. And here's where I always give Democrats a lot of credit: is they have always looked forward, where the Republicans have always looked at the now.
Yeah.
Pre-Trump, who was the front runner to be the president of the United States for the Republican Party?
Don't know.
Nobody knows.
Don't know.
I think it was Cruz at the time. It was Cruz or Marco Rubio.
Was it though? Because Marco Rubio maybe, but I don't think Cruz, because Cruz has always been.
I think Rubio may have been. Now that I'm really thinking about it,
that might have been it. Or when Jeb Bush entered his name, was it Bush?
Bush was destroyed in the first open debate when he attacked everything that his family was coming from. That's why Trump doesn't get any love from the Bush family.
I really think that like the Democrats are, and this is where I always give Democrats credit because they always think way ahead. They had Obama in the wings for years. That's why he never voted in the Senate when he was a senator.
Oh, and Obama.
They didn't want him having a.
Give it to them for Obama, man. That was beautiful.
And you know damn well that they had to convince and make it so Biden, because Biden's electable. They know what's electable. John McCain was never electable.
Not with Palin.
Palin is the reason. Here's where I'll push back. Palin is the reason why he got as many votes as he did. Had he had a different VP pick, he might not. It might have been a landslide record victory for Obama. And Mitt Romney wasn't a good pick, though. Mitt Romney was.
I love Palin. Yeah, I love Sarah Palin. Like that was the only reason that I had thought about voting that way.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. To me, Sarah Palin was an idiot. I can see Russia from the shores of Alaska.
But here's the thing, though. Was she? But was she? Go back and watch a lot of her stuff. Did they chop up her shit the same way they're doing now?
That was not chopped up.
The Russia thing was stupid.
That was not chopped up. Listen, I think we've all seen the movie Idiocracy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Even us on the conservative side are becoming a little comfortable with things that don't make sense. And we're accepting it. We're desensitizing ourselves to it. Texan was making a lot of good points about Abbott.
Sorry.
And a lot of people were coming after him about it.
Oh my, they're still coming after me.
So here's the thing. If you take Brady and you put him on the Cowboys, is he going to take that team to a championship?
No.
But if you take Brady and put him on a team where the players are trying to create a good environment for him to be the stellar athlete,
you mean like Tampa Bay? Like Tampa Bay.
Is there a chance that he's going to take it? It's up to us to choose which team members can make our president look and perform like a stellar athlete. We have to vote him out. So if you feel that Abbott is doing things wrong, you got to vote him out, regardless of whether or not he was endorsed by Donald Trump or not. It doesn't mean that there aren't other good candidates out there. Now,
you're going to start getting death threats now.
Now, what I'm saying is I don't have an opinion on Abbott, but you do. That's your state.
Yes.
Right? I have Henry McMaster's as my governor. Okay, and I've got opinions.
I like your new death penalty law.
Yeah, and I have.
Wait, what is
opinions.
By firing, squat, or hanging, they get.
Yeah.
That's right. That is you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, that's South Carolina.
That's gangster as fuck.
So anyway, there I was blasting, right?
That's what I'm talking about. But see, here's the thing: like with the Republican Party in general, is who's after Trump? We don't even know.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. Who?
The money. It's all about money.
But
it's
who?
All about money.
See, Democrats already have theirs planned out.
Like after Trump is done, because Trump's only got 4 more years at best.
Listen, greed doesn't.
Not getting any younger.
Greed does not have a ceiling. It does not have a stopping point.
It doesn't. But here's the thing: is like the Democrats always have somebody ready.
Yeah. Of course, because they're like hedge funds when it comes to like AMC stock. They're short selling the American people, and they're doing it undercover.
Well,
So
and
they
the
always
reason
have to
why
have a
they're
plan.
not even doing it undercover because they fool their own party. Because what they do is Bernie Sanders, in my opinion, in 2016 could have beat Trump. He had the same rally numbers. He would have made it way more competitive than Hillary made it. And they screwed them out of the votes.
Yep.
And they put Hillary as a front runner. This was their mistake. And they learned from it. The Republicans don't learn from their mistakes.
Listen, if they wanted a landslide, if the Democrats wanted a landslide in 2020 or 2021, they would have really got behind Tulsi Gabbard.
No, they wouldn't have. No way. No way. She was extradited from the party because she attacked the party.
Exactly. But
that's why they didn't want a landslide. She didn't have the numbers. They chose Biden for a reason because
Trump was attacking the party during his campaign. He was attacking the Republican Party.
Well,
he was talking about
Democrats always act different.
Right.
If you look, she wasn't even invited back on the stage when she started attacking the Democrats.
Yeah, because they tried to say
that's how the Democrat Party works, though.
Right, but
they know, like the Democrats, in my opinion, know what's electable.
Right, but the Democrats also know that without diversity, there is nothing to drive their candidates. They have to have that diversity. I mean, look at old Corn Pop.
No. In 2016, they had no diversity. They were old white people. Really this was their first diversity class that they've had. 2016, the Republicans had the diversity.
Well, I mean, they had Obama in 2008.
2016.
But
they
in
had
2016,
all old white people. They had Bernie, Hillary, and somebody else.
But the diversity with Hillary was her being a woman.
Yeah, but we had a woman. We had Carly Fiorina.
Right, but the
Democrats got way more.
The Democrats got the first African American.
Was that she was going to be the first woman? Like there
was
but that was counter with Carly Fiorina.
But the first African American was put in by the Democrats. So they're sitting there going, "You want diversity? Come to us for diversity." Diversity.
And they won that battle, and they did. Yeah. They did, and that's why I say like Democrats in general.
But like you guys, like why? Maybe I'm stupid. Why do we care how black people vote versus white people vote?
Because
why is this?
No, but it does matter.
Like, why isn't it just? I thought we were past this. Like, I thought we were trying to move the fuck forward. I thought that we were supposed to be like accepting, normalizing. Everybody can be who they want to be. So why is it like, oh well, we took the black vote, and it's like you're putting people. You're talking about. You're using skin color as an adjective. And you're breaking people down into these little tiny groups to keep them fighting and to keep them fucking fighting and to keep them fighting. And until we stop doing that, like this will never fucking end. Absolutely.
Well, it's more or less pointing out what they're doing and how do we change that? How do we take away the normalcy from that? Because that's what the point I'm getting at. It has become normal to create diversity and disguise it as unity.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. The first thing they said when Biden got elected is we want unity.
Patronize people and to push it as unity because it's so patronizing.
Right. And that's why I say like the Democrats win the PR battle in this case. They always win it. One, they have the media on their side, so it helps. But two, their voters are think about this. Trump lost his first election in 2020, right? Right, Scoop? What was the first thing that us Republicans, conservatives wanted to do? We wanted to start a new party. Mm-hmm. Bernie Sanders has been screwed twice. By far the most popular candidate of the Democrat Party in 8 years, besides Obama. You never heard once the Democrats saying, let's start another party. They stay united no matter what. Us Republicans, we don't stay united.
So then it's a personality. Like, what is that personality trait? I don't understand what it is.
The personality trait of like Republicans in general, in my opinion, is that we're not scared. Like, we don't mind taking chances. We don't mind calling each other out because we do. like you're starting to see that on the Democrat side, I feel, but you don't see it a whole lot on the Democrat side. Where if that would happen to us, like Trump would have, because Trump was talking about in 2016, if he was cheated out of the election, he was going to run third party.
Yeah.
You never heard Bernie Sanders saying that.
So here's the thing. You remember earlier before podcast, I was talking about social supremacy. And I was talking about how people blind follow so many things.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because it's part of being a part of something. You know what I mean? They feel socially accepted if they join this movement or whatever. Now, I know I'm being vague right now, and I can break it down more at another time, but that's where that unity stems from, is the blind following. Now, we get called cult members all the time. But if we were really cult members, the minute we found out Trump got vaccinated, we'd all be having needles in our arms.
But
we look like downtown California.
I gotta call out though. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. Look, I am a conspiracy theory loving girl. Okay, if y'all actually talked to me on a real level and knew what I really believed is happening, y'all would institutionalize me. Tex, would you agree?
Oh yeah.
No, I've heard some of it.
Cuckoo too, but this is the thing though. I cannot stand this small group of conspiracy theorists that will give solid dates as if they're certainties, that will literally be in comment sections like, well, Trump endorsed him, so we have to go. Trump endorsed him. Trump said, and it's like, you guys, like, that's groupthink. That's what we're against. We're very against groupthink. Like, that's why you're anti-vaccine. So don't be doing this Trump said shit unless you're lining up to get the vaccine. Like, there is a group of us that make us look psychotic as shit. Like, and the crazy thing is that I'm saying that. I'm saying that. I think that Kayleigh McEnany is JFK's daughter, okay? I'm telling conspiracy people, knock it the fuck off. Calm down. Stop it.
Okay.
Like, you're making us look like a cult. Or at least stop saying it out loud, dude. Like, I don't know.
I want to give your opinions maximum validity on this. The federal government, during all of this hoopla over the last year, came out and told us fucking aliens are real, and we didn't blink our fucking eyes. We are so desensitized. We are so desensitized.
Aliens.
We are so desensitized to shocking facts. Hey, if they would have came out, if the government would have came out and said aliens are real, but it turns out they're a little racist.
Here we go.
We would have been all over it then. We'd be like, are you fucking serious?
We go.
Facts, Scoops. If they would have came out and been like,
Cat, take over the fucking show.
Scoop, if they would have came out and been like, and I'm pretty sure I saw them wearing red hats, it would have been fucking done. Everyone would have been talking about it.
Yeah, if they would have said
sensitized to that shit from everything that nobody cares about anything anymore. Like a T-Rex could walk down the road and people are gonna be like, all right, cool.
I mean, if they would have came out and go, in today's news, turns out UFOs and aliens are real, but according to the latest statistics, they do not abduct African American people, and we would like to know why.
God damn it. Look at this. We got Scott with the fucking alien. We got Heather with the fucking alien talk. You see when you started, Scoop? You had to go with the damn aliens.
But, I mean, nobody batted an eye. Now, here's a good conspiracy.
Nobody batted. No, you're wrong. Much as I love you, Scoop, but nobody better than.
So they're sitting up there going, hey, we told them that their aliens exist and they're not freaking out. And the lizard people that run the government are like, good, we're in the clear. Isn't that right, Kat? Yep. See?
Right.
Oh, I need another drink for this shit. God damn it. Motherfucker brought up aliens.
All right, stop. We're on the Freedom Boys. Back to the country. Let's save America. We're saving America, not the universe right now.
Look, honestly, I think what could solve all of this country's problems?
Marijuana.
is if we go back to the 80s.
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay.
Think
What
of
do you mean by that?
think of SNL in the 80s. Think of Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase's interactions on Saturday Night Live in the 80s. Think of Richard Pryor himself. Think of Gene Wilder. Think of those movies. Think of
Me and
Blazing
John, we were
Saddles.
talking about this. Like, let's just go back to making fun of each other. For
How hard is it to be mad at somebody when you're laughing?
It's not. Yeah. We
Dave
stopped-
Chappelle knows this.
Depends on the laugh. Trust me.
we
Dave
stopped- we
Chappelle
stopped
knows this.
laughing a year ago.
Yeah,
COVID
Dave-
took humor. It took humor more than it took anything else. Like, you're not allowed to have like any kind of dark humor. Just a joke about it. Like, for fuck's sake, the other day I made a video about laughing about trauma, and like I got like attacked for it, and it was like, guys, we cannot be this serious all the time. We're gonna just die of depression. Stop it.
Yeah.
But we need to bring back humor.
What's humor?
Calling out rhinos. So I did a video a couple days ago about John McCain.
Blazing Saddles. That's right. I love that fucking movie.
It was a great movie. Anything that had to
I'm
do-
honestly surprised that movie of all movies has not been like removed at all from any.
But one of my all-time favorites has. Okay.
Which was what?
Gone with the Wind is like, it's gone.
Right. So Gone with the Wind, but Blazing Saddles is still like.
Yep. Good to go.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. I can't.
So Scoop, what were you saying? My bad.
I lost it.
My bad.
I'm on my third cup.
Yeah, I'm on my like
The lizard people.
I'm like
Okay.
I'm a half a bottle gone.
Let's talk about conspiracy theory real quick, because Kat, I think you've got the information on this. We can break away from politics a little bit. Let's liven this thing up.
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
What about Miss Merkel?
Hey, we got Mrs. WhitePony in the house. I just got to interrupt.
Oh,
you.
Miss Merkel acting weird. I can totally explain that.
No, it was a mask. That was not her.
Wait,
that video
the one where
out.
She's like this. Yeah, no, I can totally explain that for you, Scoop. So you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, here we fucking go.
Unfortunately, that was from like a CGI wax museum test run. And then people have taken that. This is what I mean. Okay. This is what I mean about people. Listen, there's
Scoop,
a lot of
why?
crazy shit out there. Really cool, really crazy shit. That's real. But the people who go and they're like, oh, this is Meghan Markle looking creepy, and I'm gonna do absolutely no research on it, and then it's gonna go viral and make it really hard for people to find out where it originally came from, and then we're gonna hyper focus on this while we're ignoring that aliens are here, or something that's been proven to be real.
Jam and
That's
Lou,
what
I'm
we
with you,
about the
bro.
Meghan Markle thing, but yes, it was like a CGI wax museum test run. That's what that video was.
A test run.
Not test run,
Good.
but like for the wax museum, not for, or maybe for who the fuck knows.
Tex doesn't know how to handle this.
I know. Pony's
Hey,
gonna
listen, I
find
just
like
learned what
half
like
what I've done my
astrological
fucking show.
signs are.
I'm gonna disappoint Pony.
Hey, Scoop, do you know what your sign is?
Yeah, I'm a Taurus.
God damn it. Why you gotta
Tex,
show me
it's
up-
weird
why you gotta
that
show me
you
up like
don't
that?
know what astrological signs are. It's weird that you don't.
Why is it weird? I don't give a fuck.
Because you're the first person I've ever met that doesn't know what.
No,
astrological
I
sign
think
is.
Pissed Off Papa was in my life and he didn't know either.
For
So
real,
there's two.
I've never met somebody that doesn't know what it is.
And I'll forget it tomorrow because
It's like me looking at like a zoo animal. That's how I was looking at your live. Like I thought you were kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I still don't know what Virgo means or what virgin or something, whatever that means. I don't know what any.
Virgo.
Hey, I know this girl that was really big in chakra and crystals and, astrological signs. And my sister is a Wiccan.
So
Cool.
what?
Yeah, she's a
They're
Wiccan.
like, they're like white
What the
witches.
fuck is that?
she's
They're
a
white
witch.
witches. They're totally cool, dude. They're like nature people. They don't
Burns
do that.
candles, burns sages. Now it sounds crazy, but did you know it's actually in the top 5 of religions in Europe?
Yeah. It's like a legit religion. Like they
Yeah.
worship nature. It's actually really beautiful.
So yes, I'm single, but I'm
Oh
not a
shit,
Taurus.
Tex. So guys, we have like a pitch for a reality show that we're working on. We're gonna do a conservative. Okay, I'm actually being half-ass serious because I did get GoPros for Texas. So we're gonna record like the house that we're all staying in and see what kind of footage we get. But we're gonna do a dating show for Tex when we get back from Texas. It's gonna be like Bachelor style. We're trying to find Tex a wife. So if anybody's interested, DM me on Instagram, please. That's where I will be notified the most. If you're interested in dating my friend. Thank you.
So I'm not.
For your application.
What did she say? I'm not a. What'd she say? I'm not a Taurus, right?
She said she is a Taurus.
She is a Taurus.
Oh, I'm a Taurus.
You're a Virgo.
What does that mean?
That means there's compatibility.
Yeah, it's her astrological sign, Tex.
There's compatibility.
There's compatibility. Remember when I was telling
among
you?
Signs?
Yeah, between signs. So I'm the only sign that doesn't have one. I don't have a compatible partner.
You're a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Look, wifey needs a sister wife. That's what I call Mrs. WhitePony is wifey.
Mrs. Pony, I'm your sister wife. Katro's your sister wife. I mean, we can take applications for that too.
Hey, thank you, Jeremy Lou.
Thank you.
I love Jeremy Lou.
That's right.
Hey, but knowing Jam and Lou, that stripper's going to show up in a camouflage tutu with paint on his face.
Hey, I'm good with it. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I don't know a damn thing about astrology.
So it's these little stars, the little speckles in the sky.
I see the stars when I walk outside and whatnot, but I don't know anything about that.
So I was saying earlier, I knew this girl that was really big.
Doesn't know anything about stars or the universe. You talk a lot of shit about aliens. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't talk shit about the aliens.
I kind of do though, and it kind of offends me. That's all I'm saying.
What shit do I talk? I just laugh at you.
I know.
Hey, if you don't know about Alpha Gamma 213.
Oh my gosh, here we go again. What the fuck is that?
That is an inhabited planet that the government refuses to talk about.
Yeah. We have pods too, Tex, medical pods that you could go in. That would make
Tex is definitely not a star seed.
From you.
So I'm definitely not a star seed.
Tex is definitely not a star seed. Huh?
Think about it this way. Think about it this way.
Scoop. Okay, this is a very important question, Scoop.
Okay.
Are you a star seed?
I'm sorry, but you asking the question kills me. You missed it. Tex is like, I have an important question for you.
So I have a side of me that is extremely open-minded. You have to understand. You have to understand
the damn question. You're deflecting.
I have Sauron White from Lord of the Rings tattooed on my forearm. All right.
What is Lord of the Rings?
Scoops is a dork.
Well, you better watch your fucking mouth.
What the fuck? It's one ring.
One ring?
To rule them all.
Oh, God, Tex.
You've never heard of J.R.R. Tolkien, the man that created 7 different civilizations, 13 different languages, and an entire world in a lifetime of just immaculate English illustration.
Tranquility and adventure.
Okay, have you ever heard of elves? Have you ever heard of elves?
Elves like Santa elves?
No, like elves, like pointy ear elves, orcs.
Yeah, like Santa elves.
Trolls.
No. North Pole elves.
No. Elves, like orcs, trolls, goblins, all that was created by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, you know what, Miss Pony? I'm gonna bring Lord of the Rings to Texas with me. It'll be a hangover day.
So my wife wanted her dream honeymoon when we got married. So I gave her Bora Bora. We went to Bora Bora. But if it would have been my dream honeymoon, we would have spent 7 days in the motherfucking Shire in New Zealand.
Oh, in the motherfucking Shire.
What is that?
Nothing, Tex.
I'm telling you, like I'm learning some shit.
Do you watch like what kind of movies do you watch? Do you watch like westerns? You
Like,
watch
Texas?
Wow, that's
the most ultimate like judgy shit you've ever said.
Do
you watch westerns because you're from Texas?
Do you watch?
You ride horseback into town too with your
like,
spurs on?
Do you watch old war movies in your recliner?
Some of them, yeah.
No, he pictures.
I don't have a recliner anymore. The ex-wife
like
took
one
it.
of the most popular movies.
Wait, which one?
Lord of the Rings, dude.
It was one of the highest grossing movies. It almost beat Star Wars in its entirety.
Do you know what Star Wars is, Tex?
I do know what Star Wars is, but I've never seen one. Ever.
Okay, let me explain Star Wars to you. Hey, honey, can you call my phone right quick?
Scoops.
Just a second. I'm gonna have my wife call me.
Victoria Hammett's face looked like in the video. Did you tell her that too?
No.
Because that's the face that you've never.
Sorry, I had it muted. So my wife's ringtone is call my phone again. Call it again. Hang up and call it again.
Drum roll. We're all waiting.
I know. That's
amazing. You gotta
Hey, I watched Spaceballs. That's good enough, right? I watched Spaceballs.
That's close. That's close. That's Star Wars on Wish, but it's Wish.com.
Spaceballs.
Yogurt. I hate yogurt.
Well, I guess I lost a date. Jennifer Klein already gave up.
I honestly, Jen, I can't blame you there, man.
So I'm a bit of a cinephile. I love movies. I've watched. My father took me out of school for 3 days to watch Dumb and Dumber, just because he wanted to be able to take me to the bar. Back when you can take your kids into the bar before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
He wanted to take me to the bar and reenact the entire movie for his bar friends, and he needed a Jim Carrey or a Jeff Daniels to match him. So we would go to the bar, and it'd be like, pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for asking. You know what I mean? We would reenact the entire movie.
That's awesome.
When it came to movies, it's just something I really stuck to. I will reference movies in my life.
Okay.
To try to
still like that now that you've been red pilled. Do you
absolutely
still love movies, or have you lost your love of movies?
I haven't lost my love of movies, but I noticed that my selection has become very selective.
Oh, I remember that line, Luke, I am your father, from Tommy Boy.
25 years later.
Luke, I am your father. Tommy Boy. How can you forget that line?
No, he had the Terminator hand on while he was doing it.
Yeah, and on the fan.
Yeah, that's why that line's popular. Tommy Boy, for sure.
See,
oh, yeah, Tommy Boy. Now I know.
Now I remember that line, silly girl. Tommy Boy.
Yeah, what amazes me is that you are alive in this current state of affairs that we call Earth. And I'm assuming you don't know who fucking Baby Yoda is?
Tex, please don't tell me that you've never seen Baby Yoda.
I legit have never heard of this.
Oh my God. I cried when I first saw Baby Yoda. The Mandalorian, bro, on Disney Plus.
Wait, what is this?
What is this Disney Plus?
Wait. Okay, so let me guess. Is Baby Yoda like Pokemon or something, or what? For real?
You did. You did not.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Must not be Pokemon.
Okay, first of all, Pokemon was created by an autistic Chinese boy that designed, named, and drew every Pokemon. The first original 180.
Smaller Toyota Boro.
Yoda is a creation of George Lucas.
So Toyota like the car. Toyota.
Yoda. He's from Star Wars. He's right here, actually. Here you go. That's Yoda.
He's got a mask on.
Yeah, here.
What kind of fucking... That's why I don't know him, because he's a liberal.
He's not a liberal.
He's got a mask on. He's a liberal.
He's got an American flag mask on. That's Yoda. Little green Yoda. Yoda, dude. Yoda. How did you grow up in the 80s? What the fuck did you watch?
E.T. Phone Home.
That's it?
Hey, E.T. was actually in Star Wars.
Ever seen E.T.?
Huh?
Huh?
E.T. was actually in episode 2.
Hey, remember the movie Powder? I watched that one too.
The movie what?
Did you run into an open field hoping lightning would take you just take you somewhere special?
I'm done.
Did you never see Powder? You're lying.
I'm remembering now. As soon as Scoops did that, I saw his little white bald-headed self in the fucking field, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I think I only watched it once because it was that bad.
It was a great movie. What are you talking about? When he grabs that deer and grabs that sheriff,
that's
and
what
makes him
That
feel.
was cool. Okay,
That's legit. One of the only movies I have ever cried in my whole life was Powder.
So can I be a little vulnerable right now?
That's the only movie I've cried in.
Can I be a little vulnerable right now?
I just was. So yeah, go for it.
Let's get vulnerable, Scoops.
The first movie I ever saw, I cried so hard. The first movie I saw in the movie theater, My Girl.
Oh, that was a good one.
I did not understand death. And when Macaulay Culkin died from the bees, I thought he was really dead. And my mom had to carry me out of the movie theater because I was like, why'd they kill him for a movie? I was losing my absolute shit.
Oh my god, you thought you would just witness a snuff film in a theater.
Yeah, I just witnessed a producer going, no, kid, it's safe. Go out there and get that mood ring. Quick, slingshot, beehive. You know what I mean? Like in my mind, I had no understanding of death.
Hey, look, Pissed Off Trucker says the same thing. Y'all have lost me. I have no idea what you're talking about. See, I feel like Pissed Off Pawpaw and I are on the same wavelength. Except I'm not a Pawpaw. But I have no idea what the hell y'all are talking about.
Okay, so look.
You should open your mind to magic.
So a big part of me is like you, Tex. A big part of me, I'm sitting here and I'm wearing cowboy boots. I can go out, I can jump on a horse, and I can go rustle up some cattle. When I lived in Oklahoma, I learned a lot of shit. I grew up country as hell. I can fish, I can skin, I can hunt, I can do all that stuff.
Sorry.
But when I'm in my house, I get bored. And I dive into the magical side of the world.
It's amazing.
One movie that scared me the most was Leprechaun.
You know what's too bad is Jennifer Klein gave up my date.
Pee less if you open your mind to magic, and then you could stop pissing on the fucking internet.
See, it's too bad Jennifer Klein gave up on my date card already because we could have had some like romantic nights on the couch watching Star Wars.
No, you have to watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
It's a love story. The love story in Lord of the Rings, I'm just really here for.
It's a love story?
Well, there is a love story aspect to it, yes. There is a sideline story, yes. There's a whole lot going on, Tex. A lot. Yeah. I'm not going to sit down here and break down Lord of the Rings to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch it in a chronological order, and if you watch The Hobbit first, then watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Hobbit.
That predates the Lord of.
The Hobbit.
So
It's
the
a
only
race.
thing I know about Star Wars is that they started out of
No,
order.
honey, this is Lord of the Rings.
So no, that's what I'm saying is what I understand about the Star Wars is they started out of order.
Yes.
So Lord of the Rings fucking did the same bullshit?
No.
Yeah, well, they have what they call a prelude. And The Hobbit is the prelude to the Lord of the Rings. Just like episode 1, 2, and 3 is the prelude to the Star Wars trilogy of New Hope, Empire
Jim and Lou
Strikes
says
Back.
text don't do anything in chronological order.
Yeah, no, they don't because they didn't have the technology yet.
Okay.
Now, one of your followers.
Experience means about backing her up on Mandela effects. What, that like the Mandela effects are real?
Okay.
Oh wait,
Greatest
says the Hobbit films suck.
The Hobbit film was not as good as the Lord of the Rings. I'll agree with you on that one. It's not.
I think the acting was way better because I'm sorry, but
oh boy, here we go.
Elijah Wood.
Here the fuck we go.
And Sam, I thought they were going to get it on. I thought they were going to get
it. It's a porn?
Yeah, Tax, it's a porno. Just watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Just keep waiting.
The girl never came out. She never came out.
I'm so confused.
Keep watching.
We know.
I don't know, but Tax has got like a romance going on this live tonight.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have any romance. She gave up the date card. Jennifer Klein gave up the date card. So
no,
I don't have any romance.
Hey, bad press is good press.
Open to educating you.
Huh?
Bad press is good press.
Well, apparently not. She legitimately said she gave up the date card.
Doesn't know what Star Wars is.
Oh, whoa. I know what Star Wars is. I've never seen it. Oh, silly girl, speaking my language. Naked Gun. Fuck yeah, I know what Naked Gun is.
Why, Mr. Beauregard, I do declare. Flowers for me?
Oh, see, and I like the Goonies. Like, see,
You
silly
would
girl's
like
got it going
fucking
on.
Goonies.
The Goonies and Naked Gun. How can you go wrong with that?
I hate the Goonies.
It's probably better than
It's my
fucking Star
husband's favorite
Wars.
movie, and I hate it.
The Goonies was a great movie.
I hate the Goonies. Hate it.
I like to portray myself as Mouth from the Goonies.
I just think it's overrated.
Ooh, The Lost
it's
Boys.
not
That's a good one.
Well, it's a
But
cult
it's not
classic.
like- I know, but like I don't know why it's a classic.
I think it was one of the first adventure movies that kids of a young age could really attach to.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like when it came to monster movies, you guys remember the movie Monster Squad?
Yes.
Dude, kick him in the Nords.
Look,
Wolfman's got Nords.
y'all are ignoring these good movies here. Lethal Weapon. We got Animal House. Like,
they're great movies. Animal House is a great movie. Hey, what am I? That's it. I mean, come on. That's a great movie. We're not ignoring great movies.
I'm ignoring
because Monty Python of the Search of the Holy Grail. Cult classic. Stupid movie, but hilarious.
Right, but I think we should also vet for star seeds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think Tex needs a little bit of starseed.
He does. Tex needs a starseed girl in his life. Tex needs like a hippie to bring some magic into his fucking life. But
when you guys get into an argument, you can just look him lovingly in the eyes and say, "Let's light a candle."
Oh, I just had a 241,000 follower account come after me.
Awesome.
She's a doctor.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this one.
For what? Why?
She thinks I'm.
You know what?
Thinks
Can we just, all right. Why,
she thinks I'm for socialized health medicine.
Why is it a doctor?
I don't know,
on
but she's
fucking TikTok
she's kind of hot.
running their mouth on the internet. Like how fucking unprofessional.
I mean, she's kind of hot.
I don't care if she's hot. Like, but how unprofessional is that?
So I have a doctor.
Doctors.
I have a doctor that has been very active in my comment section, and I have welcomed him with open arms, even though our opinions are extremely different. Because he is a doctor, and
I'm going.
I let him speak on his own behalf. He's blue check marked and everything, and he really only damages himself. Right. Because that is the best way as content creators. The best thing we can do, and Tex, you've seen how I do it. How I completely destroy somebody is by stitching their own videos and not out of context. I can find somebody's video and completely
Why is she laughing at
who they
you
are.
like that? I don't like when people fuck with you.
Because she thinks I'm for socialized medicine. I'm gonna fucking like tear her ass to the ground here in a minute.
She thinks that you're pro socialized medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun one.
Well, get consent first, or it's
look, see, look how excited she got. She does. It's a duet, so she doesn't say anything. She just says.
But what are you talking about?
How the COVID shot is free and like insulin and cancer medicine isn't free.
So, can I say something on that right quick?
Absolutely.
Insulin is one of the most overpriced medicines on the open market, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think it was designed that way?
Of course it was.
The creators of insulin said that they wanted it to be at cost, which at the time was $2. But once it became patented by other companies, it skyrocketed. So,
did you scare Kat off?
No, I think she went to go pee.
She's supposed to be in a cup because that's what Pony would do.
We talked about that,
and she didn't. She didn't pull her into the bargain.
Do you hear that noise?
Is that her tinkling?
Every time I come out my garage, my cat.
Oh, you're a pussy.
Starts scratching the door like, please don't leave me. He meows. So my wife found this cat. My wife's an educator, and
Jammin' Lou, I'm going at her ass.
Hey, Jammin' Lou, I want to do a live with you here pretty soon. If you're down for that, I want to do a dual live with you because your energy and your views are fucking amazing, dude. I absolutely love your content, and I hate what TikTok did to you last week with banning your account, but I love you, brother. Everything you do is amazing. Your confidence, your demeanor, your projection of your worldviews is just absolutely amazing. I just want to give a shout out to Jammin' Lou there because he's an awesome creator.
Did you want to stroke him off too, or what?
Whoa!
I mean, if he pays for at least half the gas money, because that's a long drive. But
he's in Midland.
Yeah, I know. I lived in Midland.
He might like a little jerky jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Pudding pop.
Well, I used to live in Midland.
What?
I used to live in Midland, and I used to go to a bar in Midland, Texas called Lone Star Bar. And I obtained the nickname. You like it sideways, dude? I will be the big spoon.
He said, "I like it sideways."
I will be the big spoon. I have no problem. I have no problem putting that right there behind the back of your knee and pulling it close, dude. We'll cuddle.
That's why his name is Scoop. He likes to scoop you up, Jammin' Lou.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing like a struggle to make a Sunday, baby. I'm telling you.
So I think that the most important question that I have for you, Scoop, is what time do you land in Texas on the 9th? Are you coming to Texas?
I am not.
Boo!
Boo!
I was not formally invited.
Everybody. All right, you know what? I swear to Christ, if I see one more person comment or make a fucking video or whatever the case may be, like, guess I'm not invited, guess that we have made it so, like, everybody is invited. It's a creator meetup.
It's just a meetup. It's not even a creator meetup. Like it's beyond
yeah,
that.
it's a TikTok meetup. Like this is where we're gonna be.
If you want to be a Patriot Lioness, I mean, fangirl type person, then hey, just show up.
It's July 9th. This is how little I've heard about it. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I don't have enough information.
July 9th, 10th, and 11th.
July 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Texas.
And where?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Do I have to be vaccinated to fly?
No.
No. Not yet. Do you fucking need a minute?
So you have to understand, I don't do anything without my wife's permission.
Oh, sweet pea, I wasn't asking you if you needed a fucking minute. I was asking the fucking dumbass over there if he needed a fucking minute. So, 10th and 11th in Houston, Texas. Yes, ask the wifey. If not, I think we're gonna do. I know that like we've talked about doing one in Michigan before the end of the summer. I don't know if that one. I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about a lot of different states and areas, but I think that what we should do for the next one is like take a poll. Like put up like, you know, like an option, you know what I mean? Like put up an option of states and just see which one gets like voted for.
Oh, so the only reason why we did this one was because we had a lot of people asking.
I think everybody's going to choose.
Well, when a lot of people were asking Pony and I when we were planning on doing another one, because our Longview one was actually pretty large.
Yeah, you guys' Longview was.
And so a lot of people were asking when we were going to do another one, so we just did it now by Pony's house. So the details of Texas are July 9th, 10th, and 11th in Lake Conroe, Texas, which is near Houston. So Houston, Texas is the best airport to fly into. They have two of them, so you can pick and choose. I need to find a flying buddy. Silly girl, where are you coming from? Because if you're coming from Michigan, you can probably get with Kat.
Yeah, I think I'm flying out at. I forgot. I'll have to look. I know I'm doing United, and it's like it's not. It's like at 3, right? Because what time do I think I get into Houston at like 5.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we're gonna take you there to you and Cody to the golfing. So Friday night at like
the airport to the place.
Probably not that quick.
So I get to at least go back to the Airbnb and like take a pee and have a beer and smoke a cigarette before I got to go do the thing?
No, because it's like there and then coming back.
Okay, so I have to be ready to go now.
I don't know.
We can take you somewhere for you could freshen up. Yes.
In the airport bathroom. Thanks, man.
Heather said you're going to ask your wife.
Yes.
Is that where you went, Scoops?
Hey, honey. I didn't ask yet.
Did she say no already? Damn, Scoops, what'd you do?
Yeah, she must already know.
What kind of shit do you pull that your wife says no as soon as you open your mouth, my friend?
I am very, very codependent.
Codependent.
There we go. Thank you, Woody.
No, I did not really live the best life morality wise before I met my wife, and she's made me a much better person than what I was before. So when it comes to any decision or something like that, I always involve her and I always respect her opinion.
Yeah, no worries about that.
So
love that shit.
Yep.
So there.
So down below is the like the itinerary. So Top Golf is in Spring, Texas. Papa's on the Lake is on the 10th, and then Toasted Yolk brunch is on the 11th.
Okay, I know all those places.
I will not be at brunch.
What time
you can get to just about any one of those places going through on Kirkendall, right?
Yeah. I think flight leaves at like I don't know. I get back at like I don't remember. I don't know. Text.
Oh, my bad.
I leave early. I think.
But it's the summer, and my wife would thoroughly enjoy a beach vacation.
Well, if you guys come down, if it's just the two of you, and you attend at least the 9th, 10th, and 11th, we're very close to Corpus Christi.
Only about what, 2 hours?
Not even, like an hour and a half.
Isn't that where Selena is from?
Well, I don't fucking know. I don't know who that is.
Selena's from Corpus Christi.
Oh.
So let me look at my work
That was
schedule.
the girl who was killed by her super fan, Yolanda.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Aunt refers to Yolanda a lot.
Yeah.
I just didn't know who it was.
Yep, that's who killed Selena's.
Selena's?
Well, it's Selena.
Oh, okay.
Just forget it.
So I can tell you right now, when it comes to the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I won't be able to make it just because of work.
Boo.
So
That's all right. You'll get to one, Scoops.
You better.
I have confidence. I have the faith. You'll make it to
But
one.
I'm going to make it to one. And I mean, see, Florida, we can drive to Florida.
I know that everyone said that they wanted to go back to Florida. And
Jacksonville's only 6 hours away from me. So,
and it's cheap airfare for me. Like
Right.
Texas, whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. I better have a good time in Texas with what I pay for
Texas.
airfare.
Yeah, it's going to cost you.
If I'm like challenged to keep up with you on the marijuana, it's gonna be a damn good time.
You're gonna have a good time, Tex.
We're gonna have a good time.
Every time I go, you go, my friend.
Where I go, you go.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully, I know
Tex will
Aunt.
not be at any of the events that are listed below. He will be in the car in the parking lot at every one of those events. I will let you guys know what car he's in. Freaking out that he's going to die.
Come wake my ass
having a
up.
heart attack.
Yeah. Exactly, Scoop.
While I walk around perfectly fine.
Yeah. It's gonna be a beast in it. I'm gonna be like,
Hey, why do we park in driveways and drive on parkways?
That's gonna be Tex. It won't even be fun. I'll be like, damn it, Tex, you're not doing this with me anymore.
make Tex come up north. Where's north? So I was asked by Bergen if I've ever been to Minnesota, and I was asked by somebody else if I've ever been to Michigan.
You got to make your way up this way. Well, we're going to have the one here in Michigan. I really want to get on that one bad and try to think, because what I'm trying to do is voters for Trump will be doing one in Michigan. I know that like they've already said for sure that they're doing one in Michigan again. And Junior showed up at the last one, and Kid Rock, I do believe.
So can we do it?
I'd like to attach like our TikTok meetup to that, so that like we go to that all together essentially.
So I'm supposed to go to Ohio. Is that north enough or no?
Yeah.
It all depends. So Ohio can be a scary place if you're close to Pennsylvania.
Fact.
Are we close to Pennsylvania?
So I was driving.
You're close to Michigan.
So
I was driving from Strasburg, Ohio, to
you're in the Michigan part, Ohio.
Yeah, I was driving from Strasburg, Ohio, to Morgantown, PA,
Okay.
and I was driving through Amish country, and I'm driving down the road, and I see this witch, and she is floating. A witch. She was floating at high rates of speed, mind you, down the road.
What's her fucking astrological sign?
In a flowing black dress, just high rate of speed, floating down the road. And I'm in a big truck. I'm in a 98,000 pound Schlumberger frac truck. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit her. She's a witch. It was an Amish woman rollerblading. And it scared the living shit out of me because you didn't see her feet moving. It was
an alien.
it was just a woman coming down the road like.
That was an alien.
That was not an alien.
And then when I passed her, you see her feet kicking out the back of the dress.
That right there. That's the shit you do that offends me.
Hey, son, can you beer me, please?
Yeah, what?
He's being offensive to my people again.
Beer me, please.
Who?
You.
What the fuck I do?
See, you did the alien thing again.
Thank you. This is why we have children.
What do you mean I did the alien thing again?
We also have
You
chicken
did it again.
wings.
You were pandering and you were
Pandering?
at my people's expense, and I don't appreciate it.
At my people's expense,
The
my
aliens
people.
are my people, and I'm ready for
She
them.
sounded
And
like
I'm
a BLM
welcoming,
member.
And I'm here for them for anything that they need. Anything. I'm here to help the aliens, no matter what they need.
She's
Yeah,
like the
you
girl
got
in the
it,
movie Independence Day. Wait, have you seen Independence Day?
Oh, hell, Will Smith.
Okay. She's this girl from Independence Day.
I am.
Hold on.
Aunt
I'm about to
said
show you.
that. Aunt said that I'm
Let me
going to
pull-
be that girl when they come. On my fucking
Cat.
watch.
and then she gets this right here. What's that?
They're totally gonna flash me.
Hey, Joey Bag of Donuts is like an hour late, but he said, "What's up, Scoop?"
What's up, Joey Bag of Donuts?
I will be that girl. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it because they're not real aliens when they come. So we can do whatever we want. We're fine. Just go out there, make TikToks. They're not real. They're us. It's us. We're doing all that. So go out there and fuck with it. It's not real. It's not gonna hurt you.
What's not gonna hurt you?
The fake aliens that are coming.
Cat has an addiction. We need to cut her off from Wendy's.
Like literally, Heather, nobody fucking asked you.
All right.
It's really good for you, Heather. Minding your own fucking business.
Hey, Cat, you know who we have on next week?
I'm just kidding, Heather. I love your face. What?
Do you know who we have on next week?
An alien?
She's pretty close to that.
Who's that?
Jesse Ventura?
Daddy, come on.
No, we already had her on.
She's more of an oracle than an alien.
Yeah. We have Lawless coming up. Yeah.
You ever just look at a girl?
Hey, do you know who the week after that is?
Deeply connected.
Do you know who the week after that is?
Who?
Shipwreck.
My boo.
Yeah.
That's like two of my top 10 favorites right
Dude,
there.
that's a fucking sick ass. Yeah, nice.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not even a warm up to those two. I guess I'm just fodder.
This is what cracks me up. Like, I think you are. I watch your shit.
Well, thank you.
Follow you. Like, and that's why, like, I get so mad. Like, Aunt was getting shit the other day. And I know that it comes off harsh, but I'm just going to say it. For anybody to yell at anybody for, like, not following them back when they follow or whatever, like, I hate that fight. I really, really do. Because it's really up to each individual person, like, who they engage with and what they do, right? Because, like, that's your algorithm. That's your For You page. That's your entertainment, too. So, like, it always makes me laugh because, like, Heather does this, too. Or, like, it seriously doesn't matter. Like, I watch all your shit. So I was super excited. Like, you can ask Tax and Pony that I got to host the show that you were on. I was super excited to meet you. So I don't know. I hate that. Like, I hate that. I don't like that. I get upset.
So like, I was fanboying.
That causes issues.
Over me?
Causes animosity, and then it causes crazy people to go really fucking crazy and like.
Scoop, were you fanboying over me?
I was fanboying over all of you guys. I mean, like, I fanboy over KitKat. When Lawless followed me, I fanboyed over that. I was like, I made a video where I played Walking on Sunshine, by the way. The Tidal Waves, great musicians. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs. And, you know, Walking on Sunshine, yeah. I mean, I was ecstatic when she followed me. I was like, this is awesome. Because as content creators, we are in our own little world.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't been to a meet and greet yet. And I really hope that, like this podcast and not really a catalyst, but opening me up to joining in on these activities and making myself available for these activities. Because
like I used to shit on him a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I used to shit on the meetups where I'm just like, okay, like
right.
for what? And then after Florida, like even Aztecs, like I was real weird going into Florida where I was just like, I don't know, like this is fucking weird. Like, who do we think we are? Like this is dumb.
Right.
But then it was like the bonds that I made in Florida, I couldn't describe to anybody.
Kat required a red carpet to be rolled out for her.
But here's a big thing, and this should go out to all of our followers.
Shut your mouth.
This should go out to all of our.
She showed up in a limo, like had an entourage, bodyguards. I mean, she had her fucking husband being a bodyguard. She with his shirt off, flexing his muscles, like fuck with my wife. I dare you.
Kat, I saw you speak publicly at the rally.
Yeah, she was badass.
At Florida or at Michigan's?
Michigan. And you know what? I think that this platform has really given us a lot of encouragement to be who we can be and who we should be as citizens, as consumers of the world.
Yeah.
And this should go out to all of our followers. Texan, you've got an amazing group of followers. KitKat, you have a very large, amazing group of followers. I've got 99,000 followers, amazing people. And there's a lot of people that just comment and they don't post and they don't. Every single one of our followers has the capability to be a voice of reason.
Oh my God, yes.
And
that's why I hate when small creators say, "I'm a nobody."
Yeah, and that's
one thing. You are a somebody.
To call her out, it's one of my favorites was Generator. She was one of my like hardcore commenters from the rip. And I remember just being like, girl, stop sending me stuff. Stop commenting on my stuff. Like, go make content. What are you doing?
Past that threshold.
I look forward to her shit every morning, like her headlines and stuff like that. Everybody has the ability in their own way to do something so big. And that's why I like doing it. Like
Heather. Theoretical experience
is when somebody makes their first video when they speak out. That will always be my favorite thing in the entire world. I think there's power in that, and everybody needs to be doing it. What would y'all do if the government shut down TikTok? I would start going into bars, restaurants, gas stations, and trying to do what I do on TikTok in the community. And that's what all of us should be doing anyways, is finding those niches in our communities. So no matter what happens to TikTok, we still always have that.
I don't give a fuck if we have to organize through ham radio. Mm-hmm. We will not stop. We will not slow down. We will not be silenced. We will not be put away in the closet.
Yeah, I'll find another way to be a loud mouth.
This motherfucking mouth never shuts up. So,
I
said this motherfucking mouth never shuts up.
And that's fucking facts.
So, whether TikTok is here or not, I'm never shutting up.
But yeah, I think it's very important that our followers know that they're just as important voices as we are, and cross that threshold. Because we all started out equal, and some people rose. And some people stood by and supported those that rise. But
that is so critical and crucial too. If you're somebody who doesn't want to do that, like not everybody wants to go and scream into a megaphone. I get that. I'm shocked that I do.
Right.
But like I wouldn't have anywhere near the confidence, and I didn't have the confidence a year ago to be doing what I'm doing now. There's no way in hell that you would have gotten me to do on my state capitol steps, screaming like that into a microphone a year ago. No way in hell.
Right, but you were motivated to elevate.
Right.
And as those that have elevated, it does fall on us to motivate those that haven't to come up.
Yeah, and I love that.
Because we don't want to be representatives.
No.
We want to be those that inspire those to empower their voices and speak up. Because in silence the only thing that can grow in silence is more silence.
Yeah.
It's like
You got to start yelling.
That's why I've always hated the term silent majority.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if you're inspired by any creator's voice, follow it. Make it louder. If it works for you and it motivates you, make it louder. And the way to make it louder is to start talking. Agree.
Even if you're just duetting.
Yeah.
Those that inspire you's content and then adding your own little text in the duet, add a piece of you. Add a piece of you to what the people that inspire you are saying. Add a piece of you. Because then we see that. We're tagged in that duet and we see that and we go, you know what? That's an awesome aspect of what I was trying to say. And I'm going to exemplify that a little bit more. And you become a part of the machine that is driving for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And we all
have these great ideas.
Evolving into it.
We all have these great ideas, like KitKat getting Texas completely stoned out of his mind in Texas. Awesome ideas.
Office, that would be my platform. It'd be like make America high again.
Awesome ideas. I would stitch that or duet it and go use an indica. Fuck them up.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I think I'm an alien.
What?
I think I'm an alien.
No,
a commenter just said you are genetically mutated.
Quick, he's a Balchinian.
She's not trying to compliment you, sweetheart. If I told you that you were genetically mutated, it would be a compliment. She's not complimenting you.
What?
You're not an alien.
Well, she called me a hater.
What is it? What?
That's what she said. You're genetically mutated. You are a hater.
Being a hater
of what?
Genetic mutation?
Well, I guess so, but I don't want to assume gender, so I can't really assume that it's a female. It might be a male, might be a he, she, they, like type deal.
It feels cuntish, so I'm feeling like a cunty vibe.
Okay, I'm going to hashtag love the haters.
Okay.
Dude, that's 26.1 thousand people that love you. So fuck that bitch.
That's what. Screenshot that and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm mutated,
My
bitch.
mom likes me.
That's right.
All right, so next week we got Flawless Lawless. The weekend after we have Shipwreck on the podcast. So we got a Scoop done set the stage for those two lovely ladies.
Amazing creators.
Amazing podcast tonight. Scoop, we appreciate you. How can we, is TikTok the only way we can find you?
No, I'm going to be starting up my YouTube page. I'm Flawless Lawless is really kind of helping me out with my lining my merch up. And I welcome all advice. And because I'm ignorant on these things, I'm not computer literate in any kind of way.
Well, you are white and you are a conservative, therefore you're automatically ignorant.
But I do have a World of Warcraft account, so I should know how to get computers work a little bit better.
What? You do what?
I have a World of Warcraft account, so I should know how computers work. But I'm
Horde or Alliance?
Oh, both. But I have a level 80 Draenei Shaman. I started way back in the day, and I've always kind of been Alliance, for the Horde, whatever. But
Blood Elf, Warlock.
Yeah, I was a Blood Elf. I was a Blood Elf Warlock, and then I had my
Texas face is everything. It's just.
I had my Undead Paladin. I think it was an Undead Paladin. Which one was it?
Nice.
Oh no, I was more of Alliance.
Go ahead and end this podcast today because I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
So
Tex is really good at help for like the YouTube stuff too.
Yeah, so I'm going to be trying to.
Oh, we're back on YouTube.
I'm going to try to critique my YouTube page and start putting all my content, diversify a little bit on that. Merch is coming. I'm working on that. I do have an Instagram. I'm going to start catering everything because everything was attached to my personal life outside of that. So I have to revamp everything to try to keep those separate. So, text, and I'll get with you and Pony about that. Maybe you guys can help me out a little bit.
Yeah, I can absolutely help you out.
But I will be putting out.
As long as we don't get on like the Star Wars and whatever the fuck y'all were just talking about. I have no idea.
I will be putting out a lot of Puddin' Pop and Tata merchandise.
Yes.
And other merchandise. And, I think a big important thing is supporting other creators. So,
so you're Scoop0120 on TikTok, and you have a second channel.
Yes, Conservative Scoop is also my backup account on TikTok, and Scoop0120 is also my YouTube name. It's also my Instagram name.
Okay, cool.
So y'all go give him a follow, at least on YouTube. So support him on YouTube and on Instagram. Go to his backup. Let's get his backup up because Scoop0120 probably won't last long.
I piss off a lot of people. I piss off a lot of people.
So with that said, we will go ahead and end the podcast tonight because I don't know anything about this World of Warcraft stuff. And he's taking his bottle and going home. So do you the Scoop and the Scoop fashion, will you go ahead and send us off tonight?
Until next time, Puddin' Pops.